name's Richard, and after moving from Suffolk to take up my degree and train to become a teacher, I made a big decision to stay in South London to work briefly as a youth worker and then as a teacher working with 16 to 18 year olds in colleges. I attend the beaches with my wife Steph, and we've got two grown-up boys, Tom and Sam. I've found throughout my life that I'm faced with making decisions on a daily basis. Some are relatively straightforward, but others are more difficult. However, I've realised that every choice has a consequence. I've made decisions about what to do after leaving school and where to live or which way to travel, as well as what to eat and what I watch on telly, what I say to people and how I spend my time. When I was 12, I made a really big decision to become a Christian and to become a disciple of Jesus Christ and to make him Lord of my life. It's turned out that this wasn't just a one-off event, but for me that decision has meant that I'm reading the Bible to see how Jesus lived his life. I'm listening to people explain from the Bible how God wants me to live my life, as well as asking God through prayer and to give me the strength to make right decisions and choices. I can tell you honestly, it hasn't always been easy, and I certainly don't always make the right decisions all the time. At work, I have to make a lot of decisions, which often affect staff that I work with, as well as the young people who come to college. Sometimes those decisions are really easy and straightforward because there's a right answer, but some of them are more challenging, and that's where I've found that God gives me wisdom and strength and compassion to make those decisions. Recently, I've made a really big decision and a difficult decision. I've decided to retire from my job, and that wasn't easy because I've really enjoyed my job. It's been a large part of my life for a very long time. And it's always the place where I felt that God wants me to be. So it's made even more difficult as I don't know, and I'm still not entirely sure, what I'll do when I retire in October. However, over the period of time, I felt God speaking to me through some of the talks at the church, through talking to Christian friends, and by talking and listening to God in prayer. Some verses from the Old Testament also helped. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I now have peace about my decision to retire because God has plans for me. Not just any old plans, but plans to give me hope and a future. So when people ask me, what are you going to do when you retire? I then say, I don't know, but I know that God has plans for me and I'm looking with all of my heart to find out what they are. I hope that what I've said will get you thinking about how you want to live your life, about how you will make decisions, whether big or small, but always know that God has good plans for you that will give you a hope and a future.